Hello. So this is just a hand scramble. I don't think it has any lucky cases, but it could illustrate the point. So the first thing you memo is this clock to this clock, which is 4, and then x2 this clock to this clock, which is 5. You add the two numbers, so 4 and 5 is 9, which on a clock is -3. And then back on the front side, you don't. This is optional. You don't have to memo this, but I probably would. It's this clock to this clock, which is 4, and then that's it. That's back on the front side, by the way. So -3, 4. The thing you memo is x2 again. It's this clock to this clock, which is -3, and then flip back to the front, and then M4, this clock to this clock, which is -1, and then apply that to here. So if this did a -1, it would be at 6, and it's when you like take the position of this, always take it relative to 12. So no matter what orientation you're holding it in, just like take it relative to 12. So yeah, -1, this becomes 6, and then x2, and take this clock's position and subtract that from the number you got. So it's 6 again, that's relative to 12. So 6 minus 2 is 4. And obviously if this clock was in a negative position, you'd be subtracting a negative, which means positive. I don't know, there's probably a better way to explain this, but that's just it. So it's there to there, apply to there, and then that minus that. So 6 minus 2 is 4. And then M5, M6 is just Tommy slash, which you said you'd relearn, but I'll put it in here anyway, and it's starting on the same front face. So it's here to here, -1, apply to here, and then how many ticks this clock needs to get to this clock's new position, so -2, flip, -2, apply that to here, which puts that here, and then how many ticks this clock needs to get to the new position, which is -1, apply that to here, and then just the clock's position relative to 12 is your memo, so move it -1, and relative to 12 it's at 1 o'clock. And then staying on the back side, here to here is -5, apply to here, puts it here, focus, puts it here, which relative to 12 is 4, flip back to the front, and then here to here, -4, here to here is 3, and then you add the 3 numbers. So 4 plus -4 plus 3 is just 3, and that's all your memo. I low-key forgot the memo. Okay, so the memo is -3, 4, -3, 4, 1, 3, and then from the front side you do DR, and then the first thing you memoed, and the second thing you memoed, which again was optional memo because you're just matching that. Both right pins, build this 2x2, all but DL, and then on DL do the third thing you memoed, and on the right do the fourth thing you memoed, slash, do the fifth thing you memoed and the sixth thing you memoed, and from here it's just like Tommy, so it's UL, intuitive move, intuitive move, and that is midori 7 simul, yay.